Good morning, I'm Madeline Tynan and I'm up at our Sutherland office today with Paul Arris, and he is our Subaru manager, and we're all about discussing Subaru. How are you, Paul?
Good, thank you, Madeline. Good morning.
Now, I just want to run through, obviously we've had Subaru for a long time. We used to have it down at Sylvania and now it's up at Sutherland. You probably wouldn't remember that, but I'm a lot older than you. We've got some great brands within the brand. So within that we've got the Subaru Outback, and we've got different varieties of that.
Yes.
And then we've got the Forester, the XV, then the Subaru sort of SUV range, sort of branching off there.
Correct.
And we come to the WRX.
Yes.
Now that's a bit of a jewel in the crown at the moment, isn't it?
It is a bit of a jewel in the crown at the moment, and unfortunately we've got little snippets of stock availability on that car as well.
Are they basically all on an order basis only?
Look, the majority of Subaru product at the moment is on an order base only. Depending on what vehicle it is a time frame delivery anywhere between sort of 3 to 6 months. Like most manufacturers, there's huge demand at the moment. But we're fortunate enough, being a big dealer, we do have a couple of WRXs in different configurations, sports wagons or sedans that are either on boats, on water, coming through, deliverable in a relatively quick time frame.
Now, can you just run me through the WRX now, because it has slightly changed than we used to know the old WRX, the sort of the real rally driving.
Yeah, so I think the car's now become a lot more refined.
But still with that grunt?
It's still definitely got the grunt, certainly got the grunt, but it's a much more, I think, pleasurable car to drive day to day around town. And we're seeing that certainly with the automatic transmissions, a big take up from people with the CVT, Sportstronic gearbox. The performance on the car is really breathtaking.
Manual as well, or just?
They do make a manual as well, and that's probably for the purist. And we've got a selection of demonstrators across the range, so we've got manuals, automatics, sedans and wagons available for test drives or viewing, and there's been a really big response to the product coming on the market.
Can you run me through that engine, exactly how that works?
Yeah, so the 2.4 turbocharged engine now has more power than its predecessor. It's a lot more refined in its delivery of the power, so it's a bit more quieter in the cabin. It kind of doesn't have that rugged ralliness to it, but still has the whiplash performance if you choose to put your foot down.
And I noticed that when you mentioned wagons, WRX wagon, it sounds, like it's...
Yeah, so it's a sports wagon WRX, which is the first time they've brought it in that configuration. Offers you the versatility of the sports performance of the sedan, but with the extra space in the back. Certainly very popular for the snowy seasons with skiers and things like that. A lot of people like that, the versatility, and pet owners and stuff prefer the wagons. So,
right. And obviously Subaru is known for their accessories.
Yes.
And you mentioned the snow. They're major sponsors of not only down at Perisher and Thredbo, but also Falls Creek. I saw them at this year.
Correct, yeah. So there's big sponsors that's happening, and the new Outback Turbo is also coming, which will share that powertrain with the vehicle. So that's been a...
But we've never had it in the Outback
Never
before.
had it in the Outback
so
before.
So what's the movement over to there?
Look, I think Subaru is a brand that responds to the customer's demands. And over the years, different surveys and different forums and different contact points have suggested that there is a demand for a little bit more power in that car for a certain demographic of buyer. The power in the car by itself, as it sits today, is more than acceptable to the majority of buyers. But for those people that have gone to families and need that crossover of, I've only got one car in the family and I need it to be sporty and an SUV and a wagon and tick every box, the turbocharged motor is certainly going to be an offering for that.
Well, I think too, Subaru buyers tend to buy from when they're young.
Correct.
And move through the brand as they go. So it's only a natural progression to move from a Forester
100%.
into an Outback, and they want that power, they want that versatility,
Correct.
but they love that sporty feel.
Yeah.
But literally the Outback ranges from like the family man, the one with the children, the single person wants to throw the skis in or whatever on the back, to someone that has retired and wants to use the car as a travelling car. Towing capacity there?
Well, that's the thing. With the towing capacity on the current car was somewhat limited. With the turbo powertrain going into it, it'll go to 2.4 tonne.
2.4 tonnes.
So that's
time
in Subaru
size caravan.
100%, and it gives you that versatility to adventure off-road with an off-road caravan or what have you, and really enjoy the dynamics of the car. And that's probably been the one Achilles heel in the model range was its towing capacity. But Subaru's now overcome that as well, responding to consumer demand. So.
Well, that's right. I think a lot of people, when they are travelling and they have retired, they don't want a big four-wheel drive.
That's right.
They want something really comfortable. They want something that's easy to slip into rather than having to climb up.
Correct. And look, there's certainly a small demographic of true four-wheel drive enthusiasts that love a low-range four-wheel drive off-road bush bashing experience. But the majority of people go down a dirt road or something like that, and the symmetrical all-wheel drive system in Subaru, I think, dominates in that area and offers you the best fuel efficiency, fuel economy, cost of ownership. There's a million pluses why people are drawn to particularly the Outback.
And with the Subaru, they all have the same warranty across the board?
Yeah, they got 5 years unlimited kilometre warranty on the cars. There's cap price servicing on the vehicles, and roadside assistance comes with the car as well, which you probably will never need because they're very reliable products.
It's amazing, isn't it? Subarus have always been renowned for their actual quality of make, but also the lack of having to come back to the service centre for anything happening. Are you finding, like I found when I was in the Subaru brand, the same people coming back?
We do have a very high retention of customers coming back, and certainly, as you mentioned earlier, Madeline, the transition through the family tree. The younger people get into the Imprezas and then they graduate to Foresters and to Outbacks as life goes on. But certainly here in Sutherland, we see a lot of people walk in and we had one yesterday. I've got a 5-year-old Outback, I want a new one. That's the conversation.
Yeah, it's over and over again, isn't it?
Very loyal to the brand.
I will say too, you have amazing staff in your Subaru division.
We do, yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I was very lucky to join the company and inherit a very strong sales team. Both Bon and Kuni are very, very loyal and very knowledgeable of the product and very much die-hard enthusiasts, really. They own 4 Subarus themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Their whole family has Subarus, right? So it's gone right through with our staff, and they have been with us for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think their product knowledge and their, as you say, their love for the brand. So if you are looking at wanting to really understand what a Subaru is and what it brings to your life, they great staff here at Tynan Motors to bring you through. I'd like to thank you today. Next time we get together, we're going to actually get you to take us through a WRX and take us for a drive. So stay tuned for next time when we show you about the WRX. Thank you.
Thank you.